Hi, this is Summer from Summer's Tips and Stitches, and today we are going to make the flower that you can put right around this button on this baby hat. Now the flower that I use, the flower that I make, I do have a modified pattern. I'll put a link in the description. It's Allie Crafts Designs. It's a free pattern and it's called the Mayflower. I've modified it so that there's a bigger hole in the middle that can go around this button, and then I only do the first 2 rows of petal. But like I said, I'll put a link in the description, and so if you would like to, make it the correct way, you sure can. Also, it's in British terms, and so then I will say the American terms. It's a worsted weight yarn that you'll be working with. I'm working with Caron Simply Soft, and it has glitter in it. And you need a 4.0mm hook or a G. The first thing you do is chain 2. And in this chain, you're going to work 12 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to get tight in here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the front loop of the first single crochet. That's the front loop of the first. I'm going to slip stitch. There we go. That's the first step. And this, I like to stretch it out a little bit, is going to be what I use to put the button right in between it. Okay, so working in the front loops only, I'm going to chain 1, single crochet in that same spot, and then I'm going to work 5 double crochets in this next stitch. So let's do 5 double crochets, which means I need to yarn over first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, and then 1 single crochet in there. And so that is the pattern that you will follow around here. So 5 double crochets in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a single crochet in this. And now remember, we're only working in the front loops. So if you want, you can pause, and I'll pause, and we'll go all the way around, doing 5 double crochets in a front loop, and then doing a single crochet in the next front loop. Because in these back loops, that's where we're going to do our second row of flowers. So I just did 5. Now I'm going to single crochet in that front loop. Okay, so I'm going to pause and we'll finish this up. Okay, so I just finished going around. I did my last 5 double crochets in the front loop, and as you can see I have 1 left here, and I'm going to slip stitch into this first single crochet. Gotta get it in there, and that is the end of that round. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. Now I'll pull this out here and look. It is a little lumpy, but if you stretch it out, it's even better for getting onto the button. So you could stop and leave it like this and just have a single Sometimes you gotta stretch her out. Anyway, there you go. You could stop and get this flower on your hat. I like this. This is the button. This is the interchangeable flower. But so if you wanted to, that looks cute. But what I'm going to do, slide this sucker off. This button probably was not the best to choose because, as you can see, it has ridges. But I chose it. Now, on the back side, because we only did the front loops, pull this tail through. I'll show you what to do with those tails. See right here? We have the back loops. And that is where we're going to do the next row of petals. So I'm going to get my hook right back in there, pull it up, and it says, working behind the petals in this round, in the back loops, we are going to do, first I'm going to chain one. I think that's going to give me a little bit of movement here. And I don't know, I want to get into this stitch right here. I'm going to pause this video for a second and see where I'm supposed to go because I think I'm on the wrong side. I got to figure out how to hold this right. Okay, I've got it. We're going to chain one, and then we're going to slip stitch, or we're going to single crochet into that first one, that first back loop. And you can dig around for it if you need to, because you're going to be working, you're going to hold your petal upside down, or your flower, and you'll see these are the back loops. I'm going to go right into this one. It's right next to where I just chained one. I'm going to slip stitch into it. You'll have to do a little finagling to get yourself on the right track so that you're crocheting left to right. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip one, yep, and then so skip this one and then single chain into this one, and then chain 1, 2, 3, skip one, and then single chain into that one, and keep turning your flower. 1, 2, 3, skip. Oh, I slid right off my hook there. Oh, I'm getting kind of off center, people. Sorry about that. Skip one, and then single crochet into the next. Chain 1, 2, 3, skip one, and you guessed it, single crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3. Better focus for you guys. Skip one, single crochet. 1, 2, 3. We should be coming back to where we just started. Yep, sirree. Skip one, right there. That's the one we're skipping. And then we're coming over, and if you remember in that very beginning, I'm like, chain one. We're going to slip stitch right into there. Slip stitch. Okay, now if you can see, I slip stitch and turned my work. So now, as I slipped and turned, hold your flower so the front petals, or the front of it, is facing down. You've got your little track here, all those chain 3s. Now this is where I'm going to pause and get this next set of stitches all set for you. Okay, so this next part is going to get crazy because we're going to put a lot of stitches on this chain 3. Now this is where I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes while I'm doing this, if I feel like it's getting too tight, I just skip a stitch. But for the sake of doing this video nice for you, I'm going to try my best. So first, we're going to slip stitch into this ring, that first chain 3. So put your hook under the chain, yarn over, and pull it through right away. I like to scoot it over because here we go on a long road of stitches. So we're going to single chain once, half double crochet once, and I'm not showing you how to do all these stitches. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just telling you them. Half double crochet once, and now I'm going to do 5 double crochets in this spot. So there's 1, 2, whoops, I slipped right out, 2, 3, 4, I'm trying to pull my yarn up, 4, there you go, there's a big tail, 5 double crochets. I'm going to tuck it over a little bit, slide, because now I got to do another half double and a single crochet. That is 1 full petal. And now I'm going over here, doing a single crochet. Now if you've never crocheted around a chain before, you're not going to poke into the stitches. You're just going to slide your hook under, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So single crochet, half double crochet, and now 5 double crochets around this chain. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. Scoot them over, because now you still have to do a half double, and you have to do a single. Now we're moving into the next chain 3. Do a single crochet around that chain, half double, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, excuse me while I get some yarn, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. Scoot them over, do a half double, and do a single. Here we go. I've got to do this a few more times here. We're still low on minutes, so I'll do those while on the camera. I just did a single, a half double, 5, oops, I split my yarn there. Thank you, Karen. 1 double, 2 doubles, 3 doubles, 4 doubles, and 5. At any point, if you feel like I'm going too fast, go ahead and pause it and, get to work. Remember, in every chain 3, you're going to do a single crochet, a half double crochet, 5 doubles, and then go back down, a half double, a single. And that is the same for every petal, because this is the second layer of petals. And so I did a single, a half double, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3, 4, 5, give them a scoot, I'm running out of room, half double, and a single. Now if you're someone that has a loose tension, maybe do 4 double crochets instead of 5. Now this is my last one. As you can see, look how big that loop is getting stretched up. Okay, so here we go. This is my last petal. A single crochet, a half double, and then the start of 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now scooting them over, get a half double, and a single. That's it, folks. Now, like I said before, I'll put a link to this pattern. You can do some more, but this is where I like to stop. So I just choose anywhere I want, really. I don't do anything fancy. I just stick my hook anywhere where I can, where it slides through, and then I do a slip stitch to finish it off. There it is. I just jammed it right, closed it up, and that is it. This is my flower. I'll tuck this in. What I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to show you how I sew them in. So I'm going to get a pair of scissors to cut off my tail, and then I'm going to sew my ends into this flower. Here's my pretty bird scissors. I should hold them the right way. I like to cut quite a bit. Let's see here. That's quite a lot. That is my tail. I'm going to get a darning needle, and I'm going to sew in my ends back into the flower. Now, do you remember just a bit ago when I said, oh, look how hard or far that back loop is stretching? This is where I like to go and reinforce. See this? That big back loop. So I just thread my needle, and I just, this is the back, so it's going to be touching the hat. So you don't have to worry about it, you know, being ugly. I just slide my yarn through here and try to reinforce some of those back loops, because I feel like I'm putting like 7 stitches into those, and I feel like they're weak. Maybe they're not, but that's what I do. I'm not very careful. I don't like plan it out to be nice even, because this is the back of it, like I said. I just go like this. Just work my tail right around. Now this is running out of room. See, you can almost barely manage it. It's going to slip out. And that is where I do this. I come around, see my end of my needle, and I tuck it right around all these double crochets. And then you pull it, and now your end is all tucked into there. I'll trim off this little bit. But again, to be honest, it doesn't really matter if this part pokes out, because this is the back. We're going to do this again. This is a real nice long tail. And I'm going to go this way now, because I just reinforced 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 more here. I come in. I'm going to go right under these double crochets right now. Stick my darning needle right under them. Tuck it in. Pull up my tail, because like I said, I have a really long tail. I'm turning it, and I'm just going to reinforce where those back loops are stretched out, so that, I guess, if a baby was going to get crazy and try to rip off their flower off their hat, it wouldn't ruin it. Maybe they don't. I don't know. My daughter rarely liked to wear hats when she was a baby. Most times she took them off. So I never got to make her any of these cute little things. So I'm just sewing in my ends, and because, like I said in another video, this is the back, you can't really see it. I like to make sure my ends are sewn in rather than crochet over them, because I want to make sure they stay and they don't fall out. Now look right here. I'm going to take my hook or my needle. I'm going to, I think I'm going to go under that stitch first. But I'm going to take my needle and just slide it right under all those. I'm going to twist a little bit, all those double crochets. And there you go. That will hide your end. Give it a pretty good tug to like stretch it out. Snip it. Be careful, don't cut your work. And then wiggle it out. There it is. there is a 2-petaled flower. Here's the first row of petals. There's the back row. Isn't it beautimous? And then you can just slide the center of this flower over your button, and there is your baby hat right there. And the nice thing is if you made this hat in a neutral color like white or a cream or a black, you can make all kinds of flowers in a bunch of different colors. Pink, yellow, orange, red, green. Whatever color your child's wearing or the child's wearing, you can, you know, switch out the flowers. When I make these for my charity group, Christ Child Society, I make a hat and I make 2 or 3 different colors to slide over the button to go with each baby hat. And so that is what it is. Now these hats fit my daughter's. My daughter has some dolls that look realistic. And their heads are 3 months or a little smaller. And these hats fit perfect. So that is, oh look, I never sewed in my end over here. So that is the tutorial on how to make the flower that I button onto these hats. I'll just one more time, I'll show you this. This is a free pattern, Alleycraft Designs, and it's the Mayflower. As you can look, somebody put in an order and they wanted coral, lavender, black, and teal. But that's what the flower looks like if you were going to make it just like the pattern. There's 3 rows, but I was fine with 2. And like I said, I pull this to be really loose, the center, so I can get it around the button. If you're going to look for this pattern yourself, it is in British terminology. So if you can see right here, I rewrote it. So it said single chain, half double, 5 double, half double, 1 single. But yeah, it's a free pattern. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you so much for subscribing. And, you know, I keep saying this at the end of every video, but just before I made this, I checked, and we were at 460 subscribers. So in 40 subscribers, I'm going to do, in 40 more subscribers, I'm going to do a 500 subscriber giveaway. Last time I did a 50 subscriber giveaway, and I gave out 4 skeins of yarn. This one, it's going to be bigger. Pretty excited. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And keep your eyes out for the 500 giveaway. And happy crafting.